Sure, I'm live on all of the places. How are you? How are you? Uh, let's see. Update the titles. Why not? Copy stream key. Go to Instagram. There you go. Last stream, I wasn't able to look into a lot of Instagram messages, etc. Hopefully, I would be able to do it today. Ta-ta-ra-ta-ra. There we go. Save. Alrighty. Good. I think the chat is active as well. See. Go live. I'm going to have to put this one down a bit. Let's see if I can take this guy out. Do it like this. Okay, there we go. With the managing of windows is pretty interesting. So what we are going to do today is we're actually going to make some projects open source, or actually at least one of them open source, something that I've been building. So I'm a bit excited to show it to you as well. I can get your feedback as well on how it looks like. And then we'll see how it goes. Does that sound good? Ta-da-da-da. Not this. Anik Khusravi Bhajan, kya haal hai? Good. I'm doing well. Thank you for asking. How's everyone doing? I'm going to start sharing my screen in just a bit. Coding Bara says, Assalamu alaikum, assalam wa rahmatullah. How are you doing? Engineer Shahroz Malik, wa alaikum assalam. I'm doing well. How are you doing? By the way, I can see messages on Instagram, everyone, but I cannot highlight anything on Instagram. Unfortunately, I don't have any way of doing that because ManyChat doesn't stream messages from Instagram. I don't know why. I thought they should have figured it out by now, but I don't know why. 101 Nayab says, "Sir, can you please give a clear roadmap for a software engineering student?" If I had to give it quickly, it's essentially uh, learn a programming language, learn the AI tools like Google Gemini, Anti-Gravity, Cloud Code, ChatGPT, whatever you can afford, and look into books that have software architecture and design patterns. So definitely look into those and then start building something. Sami Ahmed says, hi, hello to you too. Rubinon Diva says, doing fine. Good to know. Anik says, no worries. Good. What's your position in tech field? I'm having multiple things that I can say about myself. I'm a software architect. I work at a company called Scania. Maybe it's time that I start sharing my screen. But what I have to do actually is to start sharing my screen. I have to start an application that I've built that shares only a part of my whole big screen, which is called partial screen. So let me, and I'm not flexing at all, but I think now I have too many applications that I use myself. Partial screen share, npm run tori dev. And there was an interesting issue with this that I was trying to fix, and I'm really glad that it's fixed now. So I'm gonna share the left half of my screen and take it away somewhere, and then I'm gonna start sharing my screen. Give me 1 second. There we go. If I miss any of your message, everyone, please just send the message again. I'm gonna start sharing my screen in 3, 2, 1, and now you should be able to see. Do you see this thing partially? This is essentially me. This is the application that I've built. It's called Partial Screen, and this allows me to share left half of my screen, the right half of my screen. Hello, there we go. Some sort of inception happening right there. The top half, the bottom half of my screen. The left third, the center, the the top left, the top right. It's an amazing application. I like it, but I'm testing it myself before I actually launch it. So we'll see how that goes. But this is the part I'm going to share. But I was talking about my my standings at in tech field. I'm a software architect. I work at this company called Scania. This makes trucks and vehicles. It's a very big company when it comes to building trucks and vehicles within the Europe and also in the US as well. So this is where I work. For those of you who don't really know me, Ibrahim says, any books you want to refer for software architecture? There are many actually. Let me see. Mm. This is a good one. It's called Scalability Patterns. This is the book. I don't know why my camera seems like it's reverted, but this is a really good one. Let me see if I can fix the camera thing. Why is it mirrored? Video, mirror the camera. If I do it like this, is this better? Can you also see the name correctly? Can I get some yes in the chat? So this is the this is the book that I would recommend. It has a bunch of nice architectures that you could look into. I can also share like the index as well, so you have an idea. So here, this one is more essentially towards the database side of things. For example, how do you do scaling, vertical scaling or vertical partitioning versus horizontal partitioning, when to use which one. Also, when we look into concepts like asynchronous or blocking input output or IO, how do you do caching? How do you use CDNs or content delivery networks? How do you use reverse proxy? How to use microservices, etc., etc. So in that regard, it's pretty nice. And I see that my app crashed. That is awesome. So I can copy the logs and I can share it to itself so it can see what has gone wrong. Or let me see. Ta-ta-ra-ta-ra. I'll restart my application. So definitely something is wrong. It could be the screen itself. It could be something else. Is there any free AI agent? Have you used this tool called Grok? Groq, the Grok API. It has a bunch of things that you can use, which are for free. Let me see. And this was partial. I'm gonna try to reopen it. I don't think I would be able to reopen this. Stream was stopped by the system. Why was it stopped? I have no clue why it stopped. The app just crashed with these logs. Okay, we'll see what happens, but I'm gonna share my screen again. Give me 1 second. Share screen, window, partial camera, and there you go. Baz Zunair says, is it okay if sometimes when making product diagrams, I don't fully understand the code, but understand the architecture fully? I think it's okay. I think it depends on what your company wants from you. If they want to ship things fast and they don't really care about the architecture or security, etc., then you don't really need to care about all of that at the beginning, at least. So it depends. So I was talking about what I do. As I was mentioning, I am a software architect. I work at Scania, and I'm an author of multiple books. I don't know Amazon author profile. I don't know. Maybe I can go to KDP. I don't know if author profile. I can just maybe go to my site. So I'm a publisher as well, an author as well. I've published a few books. So these are 4 of the books that I've written. I think we have sold more than 6,000 copies of my books so far. With majority of them would be this one, but my absolute latest is this one, the Mastering Angular Signals, so to say. So I'm an author. I'm a software architect at Scania. I'm also a Google developers expert in Angular, which means that Google acknowledges my expertise in AI and Angular. So I have a profile at developers.google.com, so to say. And there you can read more about me as well. And I am also someone who has created a bunch of libraries which have millions of installs. So the application that was sharing the screen, it's actually fixing itself. So we're going to have to wait a while before I share my screen. But I'm looking at other questions as well. Currently, I'm working as a full stack. Who says this? Sami says. Sorry. Currently, I'm working as a full stack developer, having 2 years of experience. I want to upskill myself in the field of AI. Can you please guide me? When it comes to AI, I think there's so many things that you can learn, right? You can look into these tools that we have, but you can also look into concepts like prompt engineering, harness engineering. You can look into AI loops as well. You can also look into, for example, how do you run scheduled jobs with your agents? How do you create orchestration among your agents as well? How do you work with sequential versus parallel agents? How do you create global configurations for your agents? How do you give them the right constraints, etc., and whatnot? So there are a bunch of things that you could do when it comes to learning about AI. How does goal work? What kind of commands do you use in different AI tools like Cloud Code versus Google Anti-Gravity? How do you optimize your tokens? How do you use caching? There's so many things that you could do, but you cannot start everything at once. So you have to start at one thing, and then you continue to the other, and then so on and so forth. I'm thinking about creating a course called Ship with AI. I've started to share some PDFs and valuable resources, including content engineering, the blueprint for production, the AI agent loops as well. And I'm posting these reels with asking you to comment so I can send it to you on your DMs. And that is leading towards most likely this course, which will be for people like you who are already experienced developers, but who want to actually upskill themselves in AI, so to say. So would that be something that you would be interested in? Root cause from two. Okay. Mm. Okay. Stop the server. I'll start it myself. Sorry, I'm looking at the comments from other platforms as well. Definitely, it will. Sami says it will be very helpful. Okay, I'm gonna create a page on my Kit platform, and then what I'll do is I'll ask you folks to to join that and subscribe based on that. So what I'll do is um, I'll add a tag for everyone who subscribes, so I can see exactly how many people are interested in the course. If the course seems interesting, or if I see that there are interest of people to join the course, then I'll create the course. If I don't see it, of course, then I'm not going to do it. I have some collaborations around some AI agents and some videos that I'm looking forward to. So if the course becomes a thing, then I'll work on the course. If it doesn't, then I'll work on the collaborations only. And I'm gonna try to share my screen once again. Seems like the thing that was broken got fixed, so we should be good now. All right, so you see the screen now. Looking at the messages. Wa alaikum assalam wa rahmatullah. Khaliq Baltistani. Is there any free AI agent? As I mentioned, there's an agent called Grok, or there is a tool called Grok, which is GROQ. So if you go to Grok API, it gives you some free APIs as well. You can log in with your Google account, and once you are here, you get a lot of AI credits to use for free, essentially. For example, here you can see this is GPT OSS, 120 billion parameters. So you could use this one for a while, and once you run out of free credits, then it doesn't really charge you. So it's a nice one. So start looking into Grok maybe. This guy says yes. This guy says yes. We can actually create the kit thing even now, and then we can take it from there. What are you making, Saad Siddiqui? I'm going to open source this thing. This is a video editor that I've been working on, which takes a video and then it generates the whole video, but it also adds a bunch of captions as well and some animations as well. So here you see this is a video that I gave it, and I asked it to shorten it down to 1 minute. So it shortened it down, added these captions, as you can see, and also added these sort of animations as well. So here you see this 14 million installs open source libraries, blah blah blah, coming in. Then there's also this here as well. So this is also coming directly from the tool. So I did not edit this video. So the AI looks into the whole script. The AI also not the AI, but there's a library called, I think it's called Pico.js, which looks into the positioning of the face, and then it gives it to Claude or Gemini. So both providers are right now supported. And then essentially it generates these sort of little text or images around as well, and I can obviously go ahead and edit later. So it generates the video first, but it also creates this project. So this is like a tool that I've created. So I'll look into making this open source, and I'll see what's remaining. How are you, says Sherry Course. Sherry, I'm good. How are you doing? I hope you're doing good. Usman Sharif says, can you please share a roadmap for machine learning? I can see many on YouTube, but I'm confused. But confuses because some of them goes very deep into things also. So how deep should we go in learning machine learning? It depends on the job you're applying for, Usman. If you're applying for a job that is of a machine learning engineer, then it means that of course you need to be too deep into machine learning. So you need to learn all those concepts. There's a really nice guy called Krish Naik, and I also have his course on Udemy as well. So he goes really into depth. So I think that's one choice that you can look into. But if you want to become a developer who knows and understands AI, has understanding of software architecture when it comes to full stack development, UI, UX, front end, then of course that is also a path you can choose. The screen sharing stopped. I see these in the logs. Stream is stopped by the system, it says. I don't know why. Why does that happen? Let's try to understand why does the system try to close it. Bas Zunair says, estimate in this age having In this age, having MCP connector as a part of our product should be necessary, a must in this day and age, so that people can just use your product through connectors. Yes, I would say so. Yes, I'm seeing more and more MCP connectors now. Even with the tool that I use for automations, it has an MCP connector. Ittisam Khan OP says, does research work really impact in modern AI job hunt? Does research work? If you're applying as an internee to a firm as a researcher, or if even if you're applying for the position of a researcher in a company, and there are many companies that do research when it comes to implementing AI within the companies, then yes, it is. It has a good scope there as well. Hi Hamza, I'm building a Zendesk global rag. Hamza Siddiqui is saying hi Hamza. Is that written by AI or is it you yourself? Because my name is not Hamza. What's happening here? Is this Hamzaception? Okay. It's hi SN. Okay. I'm building a Zendesk clone with RAG based AI chatbot using Laravel, Livewire, and Fast API. I know you're a software developer, so I'd appreciate your guidance whenever you have some time. I don't give my time for free, unfortunately, because a lot of people ask about it. And it's not because my time is like too important or something. I cannot say yes to one person and then no to others. So I cannot justify one over the other. So then I don't really do free consultation at all. But what you can do, if anyone has a project and you want to get some ideas or want to share your project and get feedback, you can definitely join the community. So when you join the community, which is the Code with SN community, you essentially sorry, I'm looking at multiple things at the same time. When you join the community, you have the possibility to share your project in the community, and we also have weekly sessions, etc. So you can feel free to come in the weekly and talk about your project, ask other people to join your project, and work together. So that's why we have created the community. So definitely look into that for sure. Can you please say the guy's name again? I'm gonna show you. It's called Krish Naik. He's a very famous person from India, I believe. 1 million students. So this is the guy. He's amazing. So definitely look into Krish Naik. You'll see a lot of courses that I think he has a whole team. So he has live classes. He has certain courses on Udemy as well, for example, data science, agentic AI, but he's very much into production grade machine learning and AI. I don't think you'll find like full stack AI usage, etc., with this person. But he's really good with machine learning concepts and really breaking them down for everyone. Rafi says, Assalamu alaikum wa alaikum assalam wa rahmatullah. Everybody who's watching the video, make sure to press the thumbs up button and share the video. That really helps the channel grow. So keep the tabs, likes coming in. Rehan Umay says, MashaAllah, happy to see you. Happy to see you too, Rehan. Hope everything is good with you. Rafi says, hello, assalamu alaikum. What's your agenda today? I'm hoping to open source this today. Hoping. There are a few things that I need to do, and then hopefully I can do it. Ammar Tufel says, just an appreciation comment. Keep it up. You're doing great work, mashallah. Alhamdulillah. Jazakallah for your kind words. Make sure to share the work. I try to not do the work for the appreciation, but rather to spread the word and also to help benefit people. Zariyab Khalid says, I'm following him for AI work. He's a very good teacher. Yes, Krish Naik is a really nice teacher. Okay, my app is constantly crashing, and I'm gonna see if it fixes itself this time. So I'm gonna share it once more. If it crashes again, we're gonna, because I did not restart it after the last fix. So hopefully this time it works. So I'm gonna start sharing my screen now. Left half, come here, and there we go. But what kind of projects with AI are you working with? I'm gonna also try this with some other videos and see how this looks like. Da, 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 da. But maybe we can also look into the kit thing. Let's see. No, I'm gonna actually. Um, Let me see. Mm-mm-mm. I want to mainly go to the kit dashboard so I can create a new one and see how that goes. So maybe this. Which of the themes do we think we should go for? This is a tool that I'm using for creating sort of a list of subscribers for whoever is looking for the Ship with AI course. So we'll see how many people join that, and then if there is a good interest of people, then I'll try to create the course. I'm gonna actually close this guy to keep everything at one place. Also, let's see. So here we can partial share has to wait for a while. Focus Zero reels were good. Maybe I'll create a new one for clips. Let's do maybe 2 pomodoros. I think that's good enough. So we start with that, and I'll keep this on the view. But did I also fix the history? So the clock, because the clock keeps running out. Good. Good. The meme says hi, hello to you too. C, is it C or is the Su? Okay. Sorry, give me 1 second. Let me not show you. I'll sit down. I've been standing for a while. Give me 1 second. Wait. Okay. Someone commenting agent on the chat. I think they're getting automated replies. Alaikum assalam wa rahmatullah. How's it going? DevOps ka koi tips, sir? Not a DevOps engineer, to be honest, so I don't have any tips. I have friends who have worked with DevOps, but not myself, unfortunately. I'm going to take one more question and then we'll start looking into some work, okay? So we can get something done. I want to respond to questions, but I also want to get things done. I'm going to pause this for now. So I would like to ask for your guidance regarding my career direction. I am currently working as a full stack developer, but most of my work is focused on backend development. I also use AI coding tools such as Codex and other models to automate. Okay, give me 1 second. I can read more of what you have written. It's a very long message. I should probably charge for it. I also okay. I also use tools like Codex and other mirrors to automate and speed up development tasks. My concern is that AI is making front-end development increasingly easier, and I believe back-end development may also become more automated in the coming years. Therefore, I want to choose a field where I can build long-term expertise rather than relying mainly on AI-generated code. Would you recommend that I continue strengthening my full-stack back-end skills and move towards clouds, DevOps, and AI-driven development, or should I start transitioning towards cybersecurity, machine learning, multi-agent system. I think both is a good choice, to be honest. You could look into, I think a natural pathway would be to go towards DevOps, and also DevOps infrastructure a bit as well. So things of that sort. But also, I think if you go to like machine learning, etc., then it's a complete pivot. So it really depends on what you want to do. Writing something as well in the meantime. So the thing is, that you could go towards DevOps if you want to make it easier. But when it comes to it's making it easy to write front end, I don't agree. If front end is, I would say, a much more complicated than back end. In back end, you have straight like endpoints, you have data structure, you have contracts, you have some architecture there, but I don't think it's as nuanced as looking at something and that thing being different, because you can't really see API endpoints, you can't really see API calls, you can't really see schema, you can't really see your functions running on the back end. But a button could have so many things. A button could have something that's overlapping that button, and it's not really visible easily on the code. I'm not saying the front end is more complex, but I shared a video maybe yesterday or the day before yesterday, and I talked about this, that even the frontier models don't have this capability of actually working on complex UI. For example, this one I shared about this, that when I implemented this box that you see, it was like this. Why? No idea. And I'm using the latest in frontier models like Fable from Claude. I'm using Opus. So it is supposed to be it's supposed to take as much weight as it can, right? That should be a common sense thing, but it was not doing it. Similarly, when I was trying to, for example, I can give you a really simple example. For example, this is a label. If I click this, I expect this to be selected. This feature was not there in the beginning, right? If I click this and drag this, then it's supposed to still be click and drag. But the fun part was that it was not, instead of actually dragging this, it was essentially just toggling the play and pause, which is absurd, which is like, I was shocked, and I was like, okay, um, an engineer has to be an engineer even with such projects. So I'm going to start sharing my screen again. But I think the AI is trying to fix the partial screen. But here, when I was trying to move it a bit, and now it's not moving at all. So why is that? I have no idea. So for example, things like this. If I click here and move here, what do you expect? What should happen? Write in the chat. If I click at this box right now and drag it, what should happen? Do you see what's happening? It's dragging and selecting this time from here, and I'm trying to drag this box or this thing right here. So what should happen? Should the box move or no? What do we think here? What coding agent do you use? I use Google Anti-Gravity, but I also use Cloud Code. DevOps roadmap. I am not a DevOps developer. How do you see data engineering as a full-time career? It's a nice, yeah, it's a nice career. Burhan first came from YouTube and then came from Facebook. So yeah, since I've yeah, Sami says it should move the box, but it doesn't move the box. The only time it actually moves something is if I go and share my screen again here. The only time that it moves, even now, this is the latest code, by the way, is if I go here. You see this thin little line here or here? That's when the cursor changes. So if I drag something here, this is dragging the background, right? Control Z or Command Z. If I drag something here, nothing happens. If I go here and then do it, even now it's picking up this thing. I don't know why. And now, okay, I have to do this again. And now I'm doing Command Z, and this is what's happening. So like, what just happened? I don't know what's happening. So here, let's try this again. I don't think it was like this, to be honest. And now I'm at the very back of my undo, and my screen got went away. Let me also try to share this as well. Okay, let's see. The process is working. The partial camera window is up as well, but the screen share on Chrome gets stopped every few seconds. Some process interrupting or canceling. Let's see. So going back to the browser. So what I was saying is that if I click here and move it, it should move. It doesn't. If I click here and start moving, this is the time which is shown here. This has started moving, right? Now I have my mouse down at the moment. If I leave my mouse, let's see what happens. Okay, and now you see what happened. And now I've both of my hands are up here. And now without clicking, if I go and just move my mouse, this is what's happening. So it thinks right now that I have clicked. I still have my mouse down and I'm dragging it. I'm not doing it. I'm just moving my mouse without clicking anything. So it started mouse down. It never registered the mouse up. And now it's in a drag state. Now I have to click somewhere to actually make it work. So, so yeah, whoever is saying front end is easy, I think you can see how easy it is. And I think it's not just the front end. It's essentially any piece of code that you're writing has to have the edge cases covered. So, and you can't really expect AI that you just started in a chat to help you out with this. And I know my screen is not being shared at the moment. It's trying to fix it. So hopefully once it does, I'm gonna reshare it again. It's trying to look into the causes for why that happens. I could share my whole screen at the moment. Maybe I don't know if that's helpful or not. Maybe it's better than not really sharing anything. So this is what it looks like. Okay, I'm gonna move this to the side. Let's see. So it says answering your question directly. Yes, it is. And it's us. Chrome is running its own screen capture kit session, capturing partial share camera window. Meanwhile, our app was doing this on every stream recovery. So resize, even when width height were identical. A window resize recreates the window's backing service. Chrome's get display media window capture is bound to that surface. So every recovery yanked the service out from under Chrome and ended its share. Okay. That matches your symptom exactly. Our app keeps working. The mirror window stays, but Chrome's share dies. Okay. It dies on the same cadence as okay. Fix the window is now only resized when the geometry genuinely changes. Okay. Combined with the previous change, stopping. Want to check on the next one. Okay. So what I'll do is I'll try to stop the screen share at least from the app. And what I'll ask you to do is add logs for such instances where Chrome might lose our window. So we definitely need to have some logs so we can see whenever that happens. Also, if possible, ground it to only when there's a change in size etc for the window, which I most likely want to do as often. Is it safe to assume that that should reduce these instances to near zero? Let's see what it thinks. Mr. Comments XT, how is it going? Long time no see. Editable menu open, reply. Okay. I'm looking at some other messages from other people. Okay, but this is now running. So let's see if I can fix stop sharing. Let's hope that this was fixed. Partial camera. And let's see, partial share, left half. And it's adding some logs as well. So I think we should be good when we try this now. And hopefully this should not interrupt us anymore. Mm-mm-mm. Your tech buddy says, Salam wa alaikum assalam. Welcome to the stream. Hope you're doing well. We can't see. Yep, I know. I know. But the thing is, there's no native way of sharing screen partially. So I have to do this magic thingy here. Could I customize it to only share when, or to only share half of what I want to share? Maybe. I don't know. It's going to be interesting if I. Okay, so we have hopefully a stable window. So let's see. Pa-pa-da-pa-dum. And we share it. And pa-pa-da-pa-dum. There we go. Window, partial camera, and hopefully this should be good. Okay, so going back to this here. So now it only drags like this. So I could do it. One thing that I like is how it repositions the captions. So this is good stuff. I like this particular part, to be honest. Um, but I would have to see if there are any other issues as well that we need to resolve before this happens. So we will see. And maybe add a timer right here and resume this. So what was I about to say? Yeah, we could also change the text or the layout as well in the videos, which makes this very, very nice. I would still be able to position this. And by the way, this was all started from scratch. So this was built absolutely from scratch. And this supports right now both Gemini and Cloud Code. I could scale it, but this is the scaling of the previous one. So I'm gonna zoom out, and the box here is the one. So the width could be small, the X, and also you see these sort of what do you call it, these inputs, these were not also like this as well. It was really simple inputs, and there was an absolute weird bug here that I could not really even type anything here. Now I can go ahead and say 1, and this works. But previously, when I was even trying to type 0.9, it would just, as soon as I was typing 0, it would just put a random number 0.9856 or something. It wouldn't even let me type. And just typing these numbers is so weird. It's, I mean, if I'm trying to do some sort of navigation, I would rather do it via this, or another thing could be using this. So this is something that I added to this software. This is not something that Opus or Fable from Cloud Code essentially came up with. So those who say that, these models can replace the jobs or front end is easy, I don't know. I don't know what you have been building, to be honest. So yeah, and also the timeline that is being shown here, being able to just drag this was not also implemented. So yeah, there are a bunch of things that actually went that were also not here, and now they are. So it's interesting. Mm-mm-mm. Uh, a mirror window created a brand new window, so it must be reselected. Okay, so we got, oh, we got another. Okay, this happened without touching the partial camera window. Interesting. I'm gonna share my whole screen. And if things become slow, you can just let me know. What is the app about? Let me try to also change. Give me 1 second. Where is it? Here. Yes. Performance, blah, blah, blah. I want to change it to being this or this, whichever makes this a bit better. Maybe I think this is a bit better while this is being fixed. What is the app about? The app is about me giving it a video and then it generating the whole edit like this. So here I gave it a raw video which did not have this, which did not have these captions, which also did not have this, for example, this thing right here. And I have the possibility to change the layout. I could do split left, split right. I could do a lower third, which looks like this. I could do a PIP bubble, which looks like this. A bit weird in this particular aspect ratio, to be honest. We have this one, video on top. We have full bleed. So yeah, different variations of it. I think this one was the one in the beginning. And then also, yeah, for example, this is automatically created. So none of these is created by me. Everything is generated by AI. So it does a bunch of, and you cannot see my screen, of course. So everything that is being shown, for example, this animation with these bullet points on this side, this is also generated by the AI. This is also generated by the AI. So all I need to give it is just a video, a raw video, and then it essentially implements all of this. And you also see this animation, front end and back end. This is also generated by AI. And we're using Remotion for this. The one you're working on. Sir, AFK reply ab tak nahi diya. What was the question? I've completed Munstack and I've already started getting client projects. Most of my learning came from YouTube, so I know it's not everything start for free. Because of that, I use AI learning as partner, not a replacement. Where is the question? My question is, will using AI this way hurt my learning? I don't want to become dependent on AI. My goal is to become a strong software engineer who can solve problems independently. That is not a real thing, brother. That's not how it works. It's like me saying I don't want to rely on Stack Overflow. I don't want to rely on VS Code. I want to be an independent software developer. It's not how it works. AI is a tool. Stack Overflow is a tool. Documentation is a tool. Books are tools. Video courses are tools, and we use them to generate an output. It's not about how you want to be. It is about, can you get the output that you're getting paid for? So it's not about someone's ego or someone's what do you prefer or what do you not do not prefer. You're getting paid for a job, and that's pretty much it. You have to align yourself with the job. If the job requires you to study, then you study. If the job requires you to work with AI, then you work with AI. It's as simple as that. Sorry, I've been living in VS Code. I can understand, brother. Okay, let's see. Where are we in right now? Why it happened when files from exactly one place start share. Okay. But I can see screen sharing stopped from Chrome without any reason. Is it due to lack? Then why is it happening really? Is it due to lack of resources available or something with our app? Right now, the whole screen is being shared. The drop rate is much lower. So we'll see. We'll see what we come up. What are the best skills for Cloud Code? There are many. you can look into this awesome Claude Code skills. There's a GitHub repository for this, I think. Maybe it's this one. Maybe. So here, if it doesn't have superpowers. Why doesn't it? Is it this one? Plugin install superpower market. This is a nice tool. It's called Supermarket. No, not Supermarket. Superpowers. Claude Powers plugin or skill. I can't remember. So this is the one. You'll see it has I don't know how many thousands of stars. So 263,000 stars. So this I'm sharing in the chat, and you should be able to see it right here. I have 2 years of experience. I'm doing every type of task assigned to me, but without AI. I'm unable to write weak syntax. What your opinion? You said without AI. Are you talking about without AI or with AI? I am unable to write code, weak syntax. What's your opinion on it? Any typos in your last message? I don't think I get it completely. Kasim says, after React, what should I do next? I almost about to finish your React.js course. Gonna start hunting for internships after that. When you say you're going to finish it, you never finish React. React is not the end of the world. So you're not supposed to just learn technologies and move to the next one. You're supposed to actually build something with it. So the skills that you have acquired by doing my course, have you built anything with this? Have you built anything that even a single person uses? That is going to be the proof of what you have learned. And internships and companies usually look for the proof of your skills. So it's not that you do 10 different courses and learn 10 different programming languages or frameworks, and then you're like, aha, now I'm a brilliant software engineer. That it's not like this. So you need to actually implement something. For example, the applications that I'm open sourcing, the applications I'm using myself, are built by myself. So I have these skills that I'm now putting into practice, and now I can actually show everyone that, okay, these are the applications that I've created. I use myself, and then when I share these to public, um, a lot of times they start using it as well. So that should be a goal. Your goal should not be to learn a bunch of things, but actually building stuff with it. All right, so we're going to try out the partial screen once more, and hopefully we should be good. So this is the superpowers that I shared in the chat, and this is the link. It's github.com/opera/superpowers. Okay. Now with the editor, one of the things that I can already see is we have, let's try to figure out what kind of issues do we have now. One I can see is when we click something, we drag it, it works. But the outermost box, when I drag it, it doesn't really work. So this is one of the issues that we could look into. So give me 1 second. And I'll try to find the window. It should be this one. And we go here. Let's see. So let's highlight. We can share this for sure. So we can go ahead and add this right here. And the same goes for any text when we select it. So when an area is selected, we should be able to see the mouse move icon on it, and then it should be draggable. So let's quickly present that there as well. Does this have? No, this is the same one. So I'm gonna remove this guy. Let's take a screenshot here, and we go ahead and we set it right here. I think these are improvements which we can even defer to later. So when something is selected, the mouse over on it should show the move cursor, and it should be possible to move it. What we see with the yellow outline of the element, I'm going to quickly check if my screen is still being shared or not. Okay, it is. So not too bad. Not too bad. Okay, so of the element, what you see with the yellow element outline of the element is draggable, hand, pan, gesture, or cursor. But the blue outlined boundary cannot be dragged. Let's fix it with the cursor. Find similar use cases for mouse move and fix. Okay, so this is one of the things that I need to do. Or we'll see what more we need to do. By the way, if you're sending messages on Instagram or the chat, I'm not able to respond there. But I'm going to look into there every now and then. I'm looking for an open source Java project to contribute. Gabriel says. Gabriel, it's really easy if you try to search first time GitHub contribution, you'll find a bunch of websites. So here you have first contributions, .github.io. This is something that you can look into to start contributing, but there also are here first timers only. So here, I think you should be able to find a Java project as well. Let me see. Friendly open source project should reserve blah, 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 code newbie, blah, 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 blah. Here's how. First contributions is the one. There should be a link somewhere, goodfirstissues.com. This is the one. So here, when you go, you can actually search from, okay. And my window went haywire. So let's see. So here you can say Java, pick this, and you can see all the repositories. And all of them, all of them have this good first issue that you can look into. So yeah, try this website out. I'm gonna share this in the chat. It's really easy to find. It's called goodfirstissues.com. Without AI, I cannot code. I have not grip on syntax. You don't need to remember syntax. You need to be able to solve the problem you're facing and essentially fix it. I hope that makes sense. Your tech buddy says I keep creating and validating my POC ideas, but then I fail when I have to market it. The most I do is share on LinkedIn and create a blog, but I still feel less users. Any tips? I think there goes a lot in marketing, to be honest. So you have to look into having a website, SEO. For example, I've been working with Focus Doro now, and I've been gaining much more traction than before. So here you see, a lot of people searched this on Monday. So this is getting much more traction than before. Like if I go beyond this, there's nothing. It's like zero. So you need to work on SEO. You need to you need to work on SEO to actually get organic traffic on your website, but you also need to market it. And the thing with marketing is that you cannot just share this on social media once and expect that, okay, that's done. You have to keep doing it. That is the frustrating part, a bit tough part as well, but I think it's very much necessary. So I try to share about my project. And then your tech buddy says, I think performance of cloud models on web and desktop app is the same, right? I see you're using the web. Yeah, it's the same. On the webs, it essentially starts a web container, and then it starts Cloud Code there, and then just goes from there. Alrighty, so I think that's one thing. I also want to test actually the latest that came in from, sorry, give me 1 second. Sir, thank you so much. You really helped me improve my perspective on front-end development. I have gained a lot of clarity. I have one request, sir. Could you please guide me with proper roadmap for DevOps or cybersecurity, including what should I learn and what sequence? I would really appreciate your guidance. There are many ways to approach this, to be honest. There's no one single way. The best way I would do is, it's funny, me and my wife were talking about this just recently. One second. I want to get the password of my KDP. Ta-da-ta-da. Sorry, what is it saying right now? Ah, okay, there we go. So KDP. So that's my email. Okay, let's see. Um, we were talking about a how we usually solve mazes. So when you work on a puzzle or something, you usually see that if you have a maze puzzle, you essentially go to the destination and then go from there. So I built this book using AI, and it was really interesting to build this. It contains a bunch of mazes right now. I don't think anyone has bought the book so far. Give me one second. I hate the fact that it does it. So here, if you look into the sample of it, you'll see that these are like little mazes, and this was created with Google Gemini. So here, if I had to if I had to reverse this, I would go from the solution back to the start, something like this. No, this was the wrong path, and now I'm looking into this. I think is here. Nah, not here as well. Here, and then here. So you look at the other way around. So what you want to do is you want to find LinkedIn jobs, and you see what do they need. Once you figure out what do they need, then you essentially start learning those things, and you can obviously ask AI tips or up to date courses. One of the things that you could also do is to use this tool called Notebook LM. You go there, you try Notebook LM, and you create a new notebook right here. It's a very nice tool. And here you try to search DevOps roadmap, right? You can do a fast research, you can do a deep research, either way it works. And then it will find the roadmaps. But what's amazing about this tool is that not only it gives you a roadmap, but then you have the possibility to create an audio overview, a slide deck, a video overview, and whatnot. So look at the sources. These should be good sources, of course. Just look into, okay, where is it getting the DevOps roadmap? Is it up to date? Is it 2026 or not? Is it older? So once you have that figured out, you essentially can then create an audio overview, slide deck, etc., etc. It's an amazing tool, especially for learning. So definitely look into Notebook LM. I hope that answers the question. Please the site. Thank you, boss. Dirty Indian. Jokes on you. I'm not an Indian, but I do feel like you're probably not fun at going to parties or actually meeting anyone in real life, especially once you come out of your basement. Nishan says hi. Hello to you too. How's it going? I opened the project just to change one line. 3 hours later, I'm questioning my career. Exactly. Ali Naki, sorry. Hello, G. Hello to you too. Wa alaikum assalam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Sir, how would you maintain the context of code in fast scaling development? I always lose the context of code. Any suggestion? Munir on Instagram. Um, the key is, if you start a new task, you start a new chat. It's as simple as that. So you need to always have a fresh chat for a new task. You could also compact your what do you call it, your context window. There's a feature in almost every AI tool now which basically does that for you. So you could look into that. Those are two of the techniques I can think of. Apart from that, you can always write the summary of what the AI has done. So it's summarized in a file, and then in the next chat you can pick it up. Ishan says, I'm good. How are you? I'm good as well. Thank you for asking. Okay, so I think we are good with this. I do want to test out the latest code, but I also want to have a look. Okay, so let's see. I want to also have a look at the disclaimers part as well. So let's see if I can go to the chat here. Render editor is live, and this is the last part that we did, right? So both routes are consecutive. Okay, on interaction, you could look at the variety pass. Okay, so here it says having correctly inserted the command effect is that moving the scene out of the band sign is short answer and your longest held card just slot 6. Okay, that's fine. Different dot. Okay. The footage is a close up and half width slot is the tightest crop in the set. Okay. So what I'll do now is there's one thing that you can do in Claude Code, especially if you're working with the web version of it, and that is you can use this command called teleport. When you use teleport, you can actually switch to something that is on Claude AI, which is web, and you can actually start using it or resuming it from here. So I will resume it from here. Ali Naki says, Walaikum Assalam alaikum, walaikum assalam. I'm a Flutter developer. Good to know. Nishan, what kind of projects are you working on? So I have a question. I have a mid-level web development experience using Monostack, but I don't know how to use AI for me to grow in my career. You can create applications which use AI. There could be anything. For example, this is an example of an app, right? So here is an app that takes a raw video completely without any edits, and then it generates all these scenes. So, for example, this is a scene that is added. This is a scene that is added, right? This is a scene that is added. So all of these scenes are added on top of it, but also all the captions as well. And then I added a bunch of features on top of it. For example, being able to edit the captions right here, being able to move the captions around. For example, here you can see captions. Here's the position. So I could essentially go ahead and change the position to up and down. I could also scale it. These features are developed, of course, after a lot of chat. But this is one example of what you could build. All right, so let's see. I do want to wrap this up a bit quickly. So I want to see, apart from this, I think we could just try one video and then take it from there. So let's see if I can. Let's see if I can try one thing. Let's see. I'm going to try to find one video which has not been edited. I think it's going to be interesting. 10x blueprint. Let's see. Give me 1 second. I need to see why the screen sharing stopped. It feels like
So
the issue
where
is
it
not. It feels like the
breaks in
issue is not with my application. We're going to see if I'm sharing my whole screen. We're going to see um, if it is still stops sharing. Okay, so we'll see how that goes. So this is a video that I have. You can see that this video does not really have much. It does have some arrows, but no captions, right? So what we'll do is that we'll try to work with this one. So let's see. I'm gonna name it 10x blueprint raw. So we're gonna save this, and let's see if I can. Okay. Stopped sharing screen now. Let's see if it actually stopped sharing the screen. If I say presenter overlay, small. Oh, I actually never saw this feature. Ooh, this is a bit nice. Hello, hello. It's crazy. I never saw this. Ooh, interesting. When did I add this one? Oh, what just happened? Large, small. I have no clue what's happening right now. I'm pressing a bunch of buttons. Mic mode, standard, voice isolation. But I think it's Google Share that's doing this magic. All right, let's see. Where are you? Let's share the entire screen for now. Um, completely, the server still is running. All right, so I think the only thing that we want to do now is to try this out. So I've already downloaded it. Now, what I want to do is want to see the name of it. It's 10x Blueprint Raw MP4. Okay, so let's go to the terminal, and we're gonna go and try out this one. So let's also pull the latest code. Okay, pull. Okay, so then we go ahead and we do let's run a fresh pass on the video 10x Blueprint Raw in the downloads folder. It's portrait, not to be clipped. Show the command here before you run it. Okay, so we're going to run the tool on this
Everyone
particular
is
video, which doesn't have any captions, or it doesn't have any animations as well, right? So we'll see how the tool does that. We'll see how that does it.
for a
I'm
year.
working on
Number
e-commerce real estate apps. Good to know.
5. Before
Please stop. Okay. Soban says, thank you, sir. I don't know for what, but okay. Thanks. The real feature was what? Was it in the sentence? Pause battle. You from Ali Naki says, I am interesting. I'm also very interesting. Task failed successfully and unlocked a new feature. Exactly. All right. So now we are going to run the fresh pass. Ooh, it says the model overloaded. What happened there? Uh, 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 uh. Okay, so the model overloaded here as well, and it's trying to run its. Alina says, sir, please WhatsApp number. I don't talk to strangers on WhatsApp. Sorry, I keep WhatsApp for friends and family only. Afan says, I have an idea how to approach people for pitch. You try to market your projects on GitHub and on LinkedIn, and then eventually, if someone likes your idea, they can actually approach you then. That is one way of doing it, to be honest. And let's also do it like this. Let's see if this works this time. It feels like Claude agents are overloaded at the moment. What happened here? Yeah, it seems like an issue with Mac, to be honest, that it keeps hiding. It keeps stopping the server. Shh. Okay, let's see if there's an issue on the Claude side. Ah, okay, guys. I think it's time to wrap up. We have we have issues. We have issues on Claude and Claude Sand 1949. Okay, investigating those issues. Elevated errors on Claude Opus 5 and Haiku 4.5. Okay, so we try to switch the models. Let's see. Let's go with Sonnet 5 for now. And let's see. So just for running the commands, I don't think we should have any issue right here. Lisa says, okay, thank you for understanding. Good. Rohit, how's it going? But what if they copy? Afan says, if you go and pitch your idea, yeah, definitely they can copy. With AI today, anyone can copy your idea. But the thing is, even if you don't share your idea, it's quite possible that they'll copy or you would never implement it. So it's either you share and find out or you don't share. I don't know. Should I go to Google Anti-Gravity and try to go from there? Let's see. Status. Okay. Let's see. While this is happening. Previous chat. Let's run the tool on the mentioned video. Not on the video. So thank you so much. One of my last questions related to research. Are there any tools that can help me explore research topic, understand them in depth, find relevant papers, and explore different perspectives? We use Claude quite often. As I mentioned, Notebook LM is a really good tool. So you can use Notebook LM for free. And what you do there is you can create notebooks with deep research. So we know notebook lm.google. So here, when you try to create any new notebook, you can essentially do a deep research and then ask it to even bring in papers as well. So with the deep research feature, you can essentially deep research, as the title says. So you can definitely look into it. That's enough knowledge for me today. My brain just hit 100% CPU. Sure. I will wait for it to finish processing, transcribing, analyzing, and graphic generation and rendering. So we have the generation running now. I'm gonna stop this server for now. And we have the tasks running here. And this is essentially what's running. So here, you should be able to see OSS clip cut report cleanup level standard. So this is the raw file, nothing removed. The take place exactly as recorded. So this video already had the mistakes cut off, right? So it's detecting that. Then it says repairs, misheard correction before captions, findings 2 to 2. Okay. Grounding warnings, labels as taken. Okay. LLM usage is Gemini. It's using Gemini 3.5 Flash. Sorry, 3.6 Flash at the moment. We are also getting some numbers here in terms of cost as well. Prices are the bill per family assumption, overriding. Okay. Then it's rendering the file. So it's now at 40%. So we'll see when the video comes out We'll see how that actually looks like. So hopefully it looks nice when it comes out. Radius names, nah, 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 nah. Can we make it? Nah, we can't. What just happened? It just stops sharing my entire screen. Crazy. Maybe it's too much for it to share. Could be. 70%. Let's see if we got any. Okay, this is a server side issue. Let's try this again. Hopefully gets fixed. Hopefully it does not. You can share the left part. And we can share. Replace window. Hopefully this. So now we are doing a normalizing loudness cover from 616 face sharpness 50. We are also going to see what cover it actually generates, the tool itself. So this is done now. We have the file created. So let's see. Completed. There we go. So production highlight summary source was this one. 60 FPS. Hook detect everyone is shipping 10x faster with AI and more projects are failing. Good. Output video is this and cover. Now it's time to actually see the videos. So if I go to downloads and if I look at the video that got just generated, it should be here. So this is the thumbnail that got generated. Why 10x AI coding projects keep failing. So this is the thumbnail automatically generated by the tool. Okay. And then this is the video. So let's see. I don't know if you can hear the sounds or not. Let's try to reshare with system sounds. So let me know in the chat if you can hear the sound of this video or not. Everyone is shipping 10x faster with AI and more projects are failing, and here is why. But also the senior architect's guide to what they actually do before even writing a single line of code. Now let's be real, the bottleneck was never the typing. It was always what to build and in what order. Also where it breaks in production, and AI has made it super easy to fail faster. Now I've architected products for teams like Scania, Klarna, and also for clients like Pfizer, and the products that actually ship are not the ones that are coded fastest. They are the ones which run the workflow properly. Number one, don't trust the requirements documentation. It's a wish, it's not the spec. You need to sit with the product owner to turn what they actually need into what we need to code. And one question can save 7 sprints. What if we don't build this? That's the question. Number two, draw the line. What is the MVP? Wow. And especially, what is the list of here? Not to. It's really interesting. You see, so scope creep number one, it is highlighting this, right? I want to now go pretty fast so I can see what it generates. So here, this is the scope creep. If I go forward, now we're talking about planning milestones and risk. So milestones and not deadline, and milestones should be according to the risk. You build the riskiest thing first because that way you fail in the first week. So failing in the first week is said here, but it's shown in the UI here. Now this is where the benefit comes in. So if there's an issue with the generation of this tool, because this was edited completely from here, right? To build the riskiest, then you can still go to the editor and then fix it. And now this is a completely different animation point. So here, number 4 is the architecture. Design the system architecture because the boring technology wins. Map your key data, your data flows, and your integration points. And so key data, data flows, and integration. So you can see key data, data flows, and here it was interfaces. Key data, your data flows, and your integration points. And decide the contracts and interfaces. So the contract and the interfaces essentially. So it sort of adjusts that. I think the duration is still something that's a bit sketchy, but it's still not as bad, I think. And then we go here, we have repo, CI/CD, linting, So all of that is being created as well. Then you shape a walking. Then we are talking about vertical slicing here instead of horizontal sliding. Sorry, slicing. Then we have this, and then we have this. So requirements to actual is a one-page blueprint. Okay, so let's see. One-page blueprint from requirements to actual production. And if you want the full breakdown, there's a future course coming in, which you will see hopefully. With that said, happy coding and go build something real. Okay, I think this was nice, to be honest. What did you think about this? Do you think it was a decent video generation or not? What is being okay? And I want to see where we are here as well. So total LLM calls were 3 in this case. I want to also check the partial share as well. What happened to it? Try again. Usually temporary. But because of this, Claude Code is actually out. Okay. Someone is saying, I'm working full stack developer, 5 to 6 apps live on Google Play and App Store. Engineer Charoz Malik, almost 25,000 users signed up and using apps on daily basis. I'm thinking of getting into cybersecurity and AI. Is it a good pathway? What do you suggest? Yeah, sure. Do the apps have any paid customers or how is it working? Engineer says pretty decent. Yeah. And the good part is that you can use either Google Gemini if you have a Gemini API key, which is I think the way to go usually. And if not, then you can also use Cloud Code as well. And it doesn't really use your Anthropic, or it doesn't require Anthropic API keys. It directly uses the Cloud Code, which is also very nice. What are the best app dev tools you would suggest, like AI agents? My last question: tool are best and for free for app dev. I mean, you can use Google AI Studio. It's free. You can use it for sure for vibe coding, etc. Okay, so let's also create, open the editor so we can quickly have a look at that as well. So I want to re-render after the editor as well. So open, I'm gonna call it to say, open the project in the editor as well. So let's have a look at that. What else was fixed in this? So give me 1 second. And this got opened into the wrong one, but let's see. Here, if I bring it here, so this is the editor and this is the project in there, right? So here you can see I have the possibility to look at the whole transcript. I can fix words which are being shown here. So if I play this from here, everyone is shipping 10x faster with AI and more projects are failing. And so this, for example, here is a scene, and I could also zoom in as well. I could go back here, and then here, this scene, I could change this from video top to PIP bubble. So here you can see my face goes down. I could also do blur behind. So it's just blur and then the whole video is behind. I could do a lower third. I could do a full bleed. So multiple options here as well. Split left, split right. In the case of portrait one, this works a bit differently as well. But yeah, here we are. And then also we can change the kind of element this is as well. But let's see, more projects are failing. I did see some failing was that was a bit weird. And also, one of the things that I also added was keyboard shortcuts as well. So I can use JKL.
Everyone is shipping 10x faster with AI and more projects are failing, and here is why. But also, this projects like we had to do for even writing a single line of code. Now let's be real, the bottleneck was never the typing. It was always what to build and in what order. Also, where it breaks in production, and AI has made it super easy to fail fast. Now, I've architected products for teams like Scania, Klarna, and also for clients like Pfizer, and products that actually.
Adnan Muhammad, how's it going, Adnan? Good to see you. Guys, make sure to press the like button.
Products that actually
and also share
are not
so
the ones
it
that are
reaches
coded
more
fastest.
people.
They are the ones which run the workflow properly. Number one, don't trust the requirements documentation. It's a wish. It's not the spec.
So here, I don't really like this particular part. I think this could rather be something that is like a blurred behind, like this, right? So I think this is a bit
Don't trust the
nicer.
requirements documentation. It's a wish. It's not the spec. You need to sit with the product owner to turn what they actually need into what we need to code. And one question can save 7 sprints. What if we don't build this? That's the question. Number two, draw the line. What is the MVP? And especially, what is the list of not to do things right now? Because the biggest reason why projects die is scope creep, which basically nobody signed off on. Number three, milestones and not deadline. And milestones should be according to the risk. You build the riskiest thing first.
So you see here it is stopped, but I don't really like the fact that it stopped here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to try to increase the length of this scene. So here, because you fail in the first week, right? So until here, so I can actually drag the scene and extend it up to the cursor. And now I have this whole scene covered. You see how easy it is. So what could take
not
I would say
before
30
design the
minutes
system architecture
could
because the
maybe
boring
fix in 5 minutes now.
design the system architecture because the boring technology wins. Map your key data, your data flows, and
so map your key data is where I want to actually start showing this scene and not here. So maybe I can move this to here, you see, and then it actually starts from here. And I can see the app is gone. Can you still hear the sound, by the way, of the video playing or not? If you could make an app, what app would you make? Example for App Store. Are you asking for a free app idea? Is that what I'm hearing now?
week if you needed to, not in week 10. Number four, design the system architecture because the boring technology wins. Map your key data, your data flows, and your integration points.
Right. So this is the part where I think it would be the whole thing. So the scene should actually extend up to this cursor. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to select this and contracts interfaces before. So here I think it should go up till here, right?
And interfaces before anyone implements them because this is the diagram you're going to define for a year. Number five, before your first feature, you need to set up repo.
So here you see there's one issue. The walking skeleton here is being cut. So what we can do is we can essentially just move it a bit up, fix it, and that's pretty much it, right?
Feature, you need to set up repo, CI/CD, linting, conventions, and standards. Then you ship a walking skeleton, which is essentially a thin slice that goes end to end and actually deploys.
A thin slice
That goes end to end and actually deploys. And if AI is writing your code, this is where your guardrails and constraints actually live. Number six, decompose, and this is where the senior moves comes in. You essentially.
So I also don't like this particular part because it sort of overlaps it. So I would just go ahead and here make it I don't know, let's say a graphic only, right? So here I could maybe just use this.
Number six, decompose, and this is where the senior moves comes in. You
no, maybe not actually this. Maybe instead of graphic only, we are going to go a pip bubble, but then this thing here needs to be adjusted. So I'm pretty sure I did fix something that could do it better. So let's see. No, that's not the one. I'm gonna reset the box. We did have the pip box. Let me see if I can. Yeah, the box can be moved, but I don't remember the video's framing. I think it's this one. Yeah, here, and then no, not this one. Oh, look at this. Whoops. Whoa. So this is what we are talking about, right? Nice.
Actually live. Number 6, decompose, and this is where the senior moves comes in. You essentially do the vertical slicing and not horizontal slicing. Don't
And we also have a roundness as well. This is something I added just recently. So, oh, look at this. So I like this part.
live. Number 6, decompose, and this is where the senior moves comes. And number 6, decompose, and this is where the senior moves comes.
So here I might have to adjust the scene a bit to make it nice.
And this is where the senior moves comes in. You essentially do the vertical slicing and not horizontal slicing. Don't build all the back end and then all the front end. You build one feature from top to bottom, and every ticket is.
So here we have a problem. Why is this here? This doesn't make any sense. Why is the caption actually there? I think it should be here, right? And this should be applied to all scenes, I think.
And every ticket essentially has a definition of done. And number 7, and now and only now you actually write code. First vertical slice, 2 staging, and actually.
I don't know what this is. This is a completely weird scene. I don't like this. So what we want to do here maybe is maybe use a bullet screen. So I don't know. Was it a screenshot frame? A vertical slice or something, right? But I don't think we could have this. I think we could use this. This is a much better scene from here.
Code. First vertical slice, 2 staging, and actually a feedback loop running. Because at this point, you're not actually guessing, you're actually shipping. That's the reality. AI did not kill this workflow. It essentially automated because the leverage got upstream.
And now this is a part where we don't
AI
really. Here you see we have an issue.
Did not kill this.
So now we have some space here where we could add some captions, right? So what I'll do here is I can split it, and you can see here. Now this is a different sort of section here, and I can move the caption up. So here I can move it up right here.
Workflow, it essentially automated because the leverage got upstream, and your judgment is essentially the thing that has the most value. For you, I've put this whole thing into one-page blueprint from requirements to action.
Now here as well. So I'm gonna move this guy up as well. Software is updating. Whenever I see this software updating notification coming in, software update. To install the update, you need to update or free more space. Okay, I understand. Could be the space thingy.
From requirements to actual production. And if you want the full breakdown, there's a future course coming in, which you will see hopefully. With that said, happy coding and go build something real.
Okay, so then I think this is the one. And now once we have edited this, what would be what we would do is that we are going to re-render the video again. So here is the old video, which is this one. This does not have or this does have some captions, but the positioning is sometimes weird. For example, we had this vertical slicing. So with the re-rendered one, we should not have this vertical slicing. We should have it differently. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to press the re-render, and this is, again, all of this is built with AI. So here you can see logs. I can cancel it. I can see all the logs coming in, and here I can see the rendering as well. Adnan Mohammed says hi, hello to you too on Instagram. And this is the last feature that I asked Claude to actually implement, because this was missing. I could not, whenever I refreshed, even after saving, this would all go away. So I had no idea or no way to get back to this view. But now even if I refresh, I start still at the same position. I can always cancel the rendering that's happening and continue from there as well. So now we are at 40%. And here, one interesting thing also is that when we first generate video using AI, it goes through Gemini, and then it goes through, and you can see this stat as well. So planned by Gemini 3.6 Flash. We also use 3.5 Flashlight for simpler work, and then we make almost 3 LLM calls, which has 10,163 tokens in and 9,753 tokens out. Right? It's not too much, to be honest. And this video generation takes $0.08 only. if you had to price it, of course. And you can imagine how many videos you can generate with this tool. So I think this is an amazing opportunity for people who want to create content, and I want to also them. I want to also them to try out this with raw videos, with bloopers, with mistakes, and then since this is going to be open source, everyone can actually start looking into using it as well. And also generates a cover, by the way, which is pretty nice. So now it has rendered everything. Let's try it out. Right now the time is 22:29, which is exactly this time. So the same cover, but the new rendered video. So in this video, which is now rendered, we should not have that vertical slice, right? We should have a different one. So let's see. There we go. So this is the vertical slicing that came from the editor, which is supposed to be somewhere around here. No, that's not the one. Is it this one? Yeah, it's this one. So you see, this is the newly rendered video, and everything here is local. So only your initial data from the video goes to Gemini or Cloud Code, but essentially apart from that, everything is it's just local. $0.08 charged API rates. We also have a disclaimer here. AI can make mistakes. The card, captions, graphics are generated, so review them before publishing. Kind of makes sense. And you can also see all the shortcuts here as well. So it's pretty nice overall. So what we do is I don't see we have much things to do before we actually call this. Okay, this is that this is done. Drag pans.
Do the vertical slicing.
So let's quickly fix that, but then also we'll see what's remaining. But even before that, I think we could just implement. I'm thinking. In the editor panel, all the shown producer. Okay, that's good. So I think let's go ahead and plan the fix for this. So let's see if it continues here. With this done, quickly create a plan for publishing this. All right. Wa alaikum assalam. Okay, let's see. So this is resuming the session. Hopefully, it should be able to continue with the model as well. So we'll see when that happens. And two things: scene box move drag. Okay, so it's going to do that as well, and then we'll just publish plan. Then let's also do a quick review on the status of this one as well. Okay. In general, the screen sharing is stopped. Alessandro, welcome to the stream. Now and then from Chrome
due to lack of space, etc. Okay, I'm gonna be back in about 5 minutes, and then we'll take it from there. So be right back. Give me 1 second. Right back. The partial share, is it still? Yeah, that's stuck. So I'm gonna be right back. Oy, oy, oy. Mhm. All right, let's see. Type check, build full A2E. All right, I think we are getting close to publishing. So let's see. Where's partial share camera? Here it is. Okay, so let's see. This is still temporary gone. So we'll see when that comes out, but let's see the publish path still. So what I'm gonna do is let's go with you're just gonna plan because I just publish to npm, and I think then we should be good. We'll also have to look into the documentation, to be honest, if it looks okay. Because if the documentation is correct, then everyone can start using this tool for free, of course. And then I can perhaps look into a video or creating a video to show how to use the tool, and everything else can wait. Okay, so we do have the publish launch run. What is the file? Sorry, what? Okay, so it did work on the existing projects and not the one before. So give me 1 second. Okay, let's see. And we share partial share camera. Let's see. Okay, so we do have everything now done. So let's see if I can pull this up. Stop the processes and pull. Do a good pull. Actually, let's do it this way. I'm gonna stop the process. I think it's running. the editor right here, right? Actually, I don't think we need to stop the process. We can just run the git pull. Okay. Let's do a clear here and a teleport. Hopefully running here. Send me video messenger. What video messenger? And then we can say okay, so the GIF is something we want to create. I think. I'm not really sure how fast we can do it, to be honest. Okay, let's try to do this. But I definitely think then we can't really launch this right away. So we do have the GIF is the first thing that we need. Now, when we have this is the thing that we ended up producing, right? So if we create a GIF for that now, that means we're re-rendering the whole thing. Maybe even not required. Let's see. Or I don't know. Should I run a CLI command for this or not? Still thinking. Let's see if we can start a new one. Let's see. We go to which project was it? Downloads, right? And I want to look at the command shared as well. Was from here. PS. Yes. This, right? So what I'm gonna do is we go here, and then we basically use open screen to record this part. So let's create one. But are we creating one? So we do create the whole screen. No, we do the windows. And I think we could just get partial screen camera in this case, to be honest. Then we go OS clip. So let's do it. We have here two things running. First, it went ahead with running this. As we launched the background, then it went ahead and what did it run? Open the project as well, right? So then it went ahead with this control O2 expand. I don't think it's gonna expand anymore. Yeah, here, give me 1 second. This ran actually this part. PMPM filter of this clip, exe. Okay. And then that's the one. Okay, so we got two different commands. One is She's, how's it going? Yes, so we got two different commands. One is pm produce. Then we essentially just give it the file. And the second one is we run the editor command. And then we just give path to raw file. Okay, let's see. And it's actually this one. No, this one. Exit. So we go to personal. Okay. So let's try the open thingy. Can you still see the screen or no? Arbora says hello to you too. I'm trying to see if this. Okay, yeah, you can see the screen. Good. So let's start with the open screen recording. So we did select this. I don't think we need anything else. It's going to start record and then we take it from there. Views, downloads, and then we had 10 raw.mp4. Okay. And then produce. So one thing that you'll also notice in this particular run, here you see that it says no calls in this run planned by Gemini 3.6 Flash, Gemini 3.5 Flash Lite, and reused from the work directory cache, because we already ran this before. And this is one of the best things that you could do. If the file doesn't change, if the input file doesn't change, the rendering or the large language model calls, they don't happen. So we do have the what I'm going to do is I do want to cut off the process here, because what I want to do is I want to copy the downloads 10x blueprint raw mp4 as downloads 10x and I would say raw second.mp4. Okay, then what I want to do is actually now I have to restart the recording, but I want to close this guy, discard and close, and I do want to go ahead and still record. So let's record here. Okay, so here pm OSS clip produce download 10x blueprint raw second mp4, and here now it's going to do large language model calls as well. The first thing is then transcribing using the GLM small, but we can also use the base one as well. And now we have the 40 words transcribe. Then we have the levels here as well. Now it's using the cut, cleanup level is standard, nothing removed. Now it's actually looking into the number of clips as well. And it's also going to do some large language model calls as well. So let's see. And those of you who just joined, what I'm doing is I'm just creating a GIF file. So once this is done, I can actually publish this. No, it stopped the recording. I think I'm running out of disk space, to be honest. Let's see. Okay, then it's clear I cannot do it right now. So what I'll do is that I'll try to cover it hopefully in the next stream or in the morning when I have some more time. So we will see. But I should have some disk space. Why did it close? I'm gonna have to see. The fun thing is I can still share this right here, and you should be able to see this. So this is where we headed, and I think maybe this is just a screenshot that we could post. Right? And then we can also have something that reflects just the what do you call it, just the editor, so to say. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to close this, and then I can add p let's do a open record here. So what I'm going to do is just record this particular part. So here, I can quickly go ahead and say pnpm oss clip edit, and here downloads oss clip 10x second. And when I do this, it's going to open this. Okay. So what is the command? Directory is in use already. That sucks. So we're going to have to restart this again. So cancel recording. So let's try this again. And in this time, I'm going to actually go to stop this particular server. So it actually tasks. So I'm going to close this, and then we go and try this again. Okay, so let's try now. Hopefully we can do it now. All right, so we go here. Okay, so we try this again. Port 5510. And there we go. So now we have the possibility to see the edited version right here. If there are any scenes that were created in the first place. And it's interesting, in this particular one, it just created the captions in this case. And I could also look at the transcription.
And AI has made it super easy.
And I think this should be good. So I'm just gonna stop the record. and then we can go it from there. So this was not fixed, maybe until here, and then till here. So it starts, the video starts from here. Abuzar is asking, what are you building, sir? I'm building a tool for editing videos, just using AI. So that answers the question. And the app went away. So I'm gonna, okay, so then here it is. And then I can add a time. Nope. I want to share my screen. Give me 1 second. I think the software is becoming too slow because of all the apps I'm running. Could be. But this should be speed, and this should be, I think, overall. And I should be saying 5x. Okay, so here, I think this is good. And then we start with the timestamps. So we come up till here. So we trim from here up till, I think the captions placement is something we could do. So we come to this point. Maybe here. Okay. This is how long at the moment? I think still a bit. I think it's okay. So we generate a GIF, and then medium, large. I think 20 FPS is enough. So we export the GIF and see how that goes. How will we pass the details for editing? You only pass the path to the video in general. So here you can say produce, and then you give it the MP4 file, whatever that is, and that's actually get the video generated, and a project also gets generated as well in the same folder as the file, by the way. And then you can run the editor with just this one command, OSS clip edit, and then give it the path and the port, and then yeah, it's done in that case. So let's see if I can get this generated. Abuzar is asking how to be like you in terms of consistency. You just spend time, I think, lock your time, prioritize what is more important, and yeah, just go with that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the export from here, put it in the projects repository, add the picture as well. So let's go to the video. I think this is the one, right? So this is the OG image, so to say. And then we create a new tab, go to the project itself. I think it's that's not gonna help. Go to AMU personal. We can go to open clip. Do we have any dogs? No. Do we have any public one? Not really. I go to docs, what do I see there? Side, superpower. Okay. Docs. I would say assets. Here I can paste the image. Render example. So we do a render example right there. You're unable to see the screen, I think. Let's see. Can you see the screen now? I think you should be able to see the screen now. So this is the example of the editor. And what I want to also do is compiling the GIF, but I think it's not really ending up with the GIF. Why not? Let's see. Ishaq says, where did you complete your university? From the University of Karachi. Okay, so what happened here? Interesting. It says quit Microsoft Teams entirely. But I don't have that running at the moment. And the screen became black again, right? Yeah, this is a bit weird. I think it should be visible now. What about Sir Syed University? What about it? Okay, it's still compiling. I don't know. Maybe we can generate an MP4 instead. TIFF, MP4. Okay, so the MP4 is here. So what we're going to do is go to M4, personal, clip, docs, assets. Here we can say preview, edit preview MP4. Okay, so now that we have this, let's actually quickly go to here. So on the MacBook now, we have the screenshot of the render in and an editor quick overview MP4 in assets folder. We can use it for now and update later. Okay, so what do we do here? Let's execute the rest of the stuff. For software engineer, I think universities are almost all the same. They teach you a bunch of things. The quality varies in different universities, so I think it's fair to say pick your poison, so to say, and then you go there, you study. Sometimes you get good teachers, sometimes you don't get good teachers, so it's a matter of luck and reputation as well. So you do your research about the teachers in the universities, and once you have done that, you pick a university and then you study. The study in the university usually is not enough for one to get a job, so you have to also have some practical experience as well. Oh, wait a second. Continue now. And what is this running? Aha, this is the editor running. So we close this. We can also close this as well. Okay, nothing running, or is it running? What does it say here to stop it? Is it control home top, escape back, page up, page down? Stop the running tasks from our chat. Good, then we can exit. Okay, then we can also see packages. Okay. Why did we get an exit code 1? That's not good. We're gonna have to try the sign release build of the partial share app, but maybe later. See how that goes. Yoginder, how is it going for you? Pa-pa-ra-pa-ra. And is it still okay? It is still. Why the heck do we have that problem then? Do you also see the screen being black every now and then? The fun part is that it's not the application that's causing it. It's most likely Chrome doing it. Your React and Next.js crash course is superb, sir. Thank you, thank you. Wait for the AI course. I think it's going to be even better. Okay. All right. Let's see. Let's hope that we finish this quite soon. What is this thing right here? What is this? I don't know what this is. Yep, this is much better. So what we need to do is we'll publish the projects and then merge to main and then just make it public. So guide me a bit. I had learned Munstack. Now what should I do? You should build applications. Build and deploy applications as much as you can. And try to build something that anyone would use. It could be you yourself who can use the application. It could be your friend. So it depends. Okay. Please review my portfolio once and tell me what should I do next. Brother, I don't do that. I don't review individual portfolios because a lot of people ask for it and I don't unfortunately have the time. And if I say yes to one, then I have to say yes to everyone. So I don't do that. But you can definitely join the community and share it there to get feedback from everyone else in the community. We do have seniors, mentors in the community that can also provide feedback as they get some time. Or if I get time, then I can also give feedback, but I don't do it on personal requests. Let's see. Are we on main now? Okay. And we also have to rename the GitHub repository as well. Please, it will take 5 minutes. No, sorry, no. Thank you for asking, but I can't. Okay. Now it's looking at the run, but why are you looking at the run? Maybe we start at least looking into the repository, hopefully. Package metadata. Okay, so it's also going to rename the app as well. Let's see. Okay. Is it creating a new repository or let's see, because it did use the GHCLI to point to a different remote, but I don't know if it's the same. It's going to be this. No, it just renamed it. So good. Okay, so we need to make it public as well. Now per package readmes and Vim shows blank without them, without absolute URLs. Okay, but I don't know. Should we? So here is at least the screenshot is here. I don't see. Okay, so here is the editor as well. I think this is good enough, to be honest. Okay. What do you think? Just one stack can land me a job? Stacks don't usually land you a job. You usually get a job after clearing an interview. So you prepare for the interview, you do well in your interview, you have a really good portfolio, so you have projects that you can show off, and you have a good resume, especially an ATS parsed resume, if that makes sense. So unless you have all of those things, it's going to be a bit hard to actually get a job. Zuf SS, what are you coding on Instagram? I am actually open sourcing a project that I've been working on, which is this nice little editor that you can use with Gemini or Claude, and it generates all the captions for you. Launch. The deploy didn't work, which means we still need to make this public. And we also need to publish the okay. So we let's try to do then the remaining stuff quickly. And we do it like this. And we go security key, continue. And let's do this again. So let's see. Give me 1 second. All right, so let's see. We start with npm or create OSS clip. Let's see. Usage. Okay, I think that's not going to be something I could do. So npm pages. Create here. Let's also create packages. Oh wait. Give me 1 second. Add organization. Okay. Then we do that. Okay. Let's see. Give me 1 second. Invite some interesting people to it. No need at the moment. And as a default team. Okay, good. Then we go ahead with this guy. I'm watching at 1080p, but screen is still blurry. When you say screen is blurry, is it the whole thing with my camera? Is that also blurry, or is it just what you see on the screen, or the screen part, so to say? Okay. Give me 1 second. Pa-pa-ra-pa-ra-pam. Left half share. This goes here. This is the code part, right? Yeah, I understand. I think it could be because of the resolution, to be honest. It could be the resolution. Now, when we do this, I think it's a bit better. When we do this or this, it's a bit bigger, but I think it should be a bit better as well. Okay, so we did go with OSS clip as well, and then I think the third one is done. So now let's try to do a quick test. And that one is not found. Okay, why is that so? Let's see if we did the first one right. So core, scenes, and render, right? So let's see if I can see the packages right here. Packages. So we have the core, we have the scenes, and we have the render. All of the three are actually there. So we try this thing here, and let's see. Okay, let's see this for now. Getting this for now. Okay, and then what did we have? If I just do this, what do we get? Okay, so it has something to do with the NPM registry resolution for sure. But it's weird that we do have these packages. They seem to be there. Let's see. You cannot publish over the previously published version. Okay, so I already have this. I already have this published. That's why I can't see that being published. So I think it's just a matter of propagation in this case. So if I just go with this, this is the problem. So we're getting 404 in here, which is expected, I think. So I think we just have to wait. This could take time, so we can perhaps flip the public switch and deploy the site in the meantime. until npm view. Okay, so it's going to essentially wait for all of that time. I don't think so, or maybe I don't know. So the core one essentially went there, but the rest of them did not. So we are making this public, and I think you could actually start looking into this. Let's see. So here it was private, and hopefully it should make it public. Deployments, packages. Let's open this. So okay, so this is public now. Good. And the deployment is not. So we got to go back to the docs, and it should be published now. Okay, awesome. All right, so I think that's pretty much it. We do have the public, the page being public now, and the package also is published. And the GitHub repository is also up. I have to go, and I'll do the rest of the stuff later. But for those of you who have been watching, try out the repository. Give it your you can use your Gemini API key if you already have it, and try this out and see if you like it. So this is the repository. As I mentioned, if you have a particular video that you want to edit and add captions to it, it automatically does it pretty nicely. Once you install it according to the instructions, for example, do this npm install -g oss clip, use the doctor here. You would have to install a few things, for example, FFmpeg and Vista CPP. For these ones, you need those for sure. I'm not really sure how it would work on Windows, etc. But yes, and once you have, you can see a generated video with captions, etc. And yeah, go from there. And this is MIT license, so you can obviously modify as per your liking. Let's see. It's also running the smoke test, but I think we'll leave it here. So thank you everyone for watching today and for the likes and the shares. I can see a lot of you did that. For those of you who did not, I'll see you when I see you. As always, happy coding. I'm going to see you next time.